became a mom this year. My life sure has changed. It blows me away. This is me being dropped off on a remote peak by a helicopter for a photo shoot, and realizing I forgot my avalanche transceiver.
Like this.
I'm so dumb!
I would have never done that before I had a kid.
It's too bad there's no beacon app. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
This is my sister ZOYA. She's a professional photographer.
I've never forgotten my beacon before, ever.
She never fails to help me keep my stories straight.
You forgot your skis once.
Being a mom has surprised me in a million different ways. I never thought nap schedules or snack time would dictate how I planned my time. I guess I never thought about it because my parents ran a pretty loose program. You know that friend everyone has that always gets you in over your head? For my parents, that was this guy named Jim. For my dad's 40th birthday, Jim convinced them to ditch us kids for a week, threw them on the back of a snowmobile, and drove them 50K into the backcountry on their first ever ski touring trip. Back then, they would have been referred to as adventurous. Nowadays, they'd be featured on Jerry of the Day.
Well, we had one snowmobile, 3 people, a great big toboggan. It wasn't the right thing to do, but we did it, and we got stuck coming up the switchbacks.
I had my backpack and headed up the hill. Didn't know where I was going. It was like the biggest adventure I'd ever been on in my life.
We got up about 1 o'clock in the morning, struggled our way up here, and woke up in the morning and went, wow, what a place, what a place.
By the time they were back in corporate Calgary a week later, my accountant father had made the least financially responsible decision of his life, but probably the most inspired.
I think all week long, Pat and I were sort of looking at each other sideways, sort of thinking, wow, this would be really cool.
All it took was one whiskey-fueled proposition made by Jim, and they had bought into a soon-to-be backcountry ski operation and were moving their 4 young kids into a tent in the Alpine for the summer.
We had 3 weeks of no rain. Probably at one point there was 20 plus people here.
We had no idea what we were getting into.
Luckily, the other guys were very skilled builders.
It could have been the whiskey, but maybe it was just the 90s. In one fell swoop, my parents made a slightly uninformed decision that would completely change our lives.
We learned so many new skills as kids because basically whatever could go wrong would go wrong. Getting into a Misqui, the challenges are anything from dumping a snowmobile into a glacier-fed river, snowmobiles rolling into the forest, winching them out for days on end. There would be multiple people piled on one snowmobile, and then we would have multiple tow ropes with kids dragging in by their arms. We never left home without our dog. We always brought the poodle to the mountains, and so we would load her up, and it was just like this big gypsy caravan up the logging road. And we would get so stuck. Machines would break down. We would run out of gas. Sometimes we got up here in the middle of the night.
There's a reason that people leave their kids at home, but they both wanted to be out there, and so they brought us along. And they really didn't have any avalanche skills. It's amazing that they felt confident enough to take 4 young children into the mountains. I don't think that they were really thinking about what could go wrong. I think that they were just thinking about the possibilities.
We were all very lucky in the earlier years with our lack of real mountain knowledge.
foster family from the city, and I think the easiest thing for them to do would have been to just put us in soccer and let us go to the mall on the weekends.
Sometimes I'm irresponsible, irrational, unpredictable, but I don't care to change, 'cause their ways got me snoring. Yeah, status quo so boring, I'd rather hit the road. We were always playing different games with each other, running around, hiding, just trying to explore. It was nice. We were lucky. We kind of always had that as kids. We had a lot of freedom. Our parents were so busy working here that they didn't really have time to supervise, so we always kind of looked out for each other. Cooking on the fire makes me feel like a man. She feels like a lady when she eats with her hands. Sapsuckers drumming on the aspen stand. Everything we need is provided by the land, and we love birds.
I do think it's a huge gift to be able to travel in the mountains. It's a huge gift because it's really good for the mind, you know, and the body. You get to see real things, you know, real spaces.
You cannot spaces, knowing now that I'm not alone, and you are around, and I have 49 places all lined up while I'm stumbling round with a spilling cup, singing this ain't another way that I am, knowing that the love can't stay in the out down by the water, singing our songs, my darling, the loving songs going down. Cuffed up my ways, and I know you, but I know myself like I know you too. And I see a lot of faces just like ours, and they're going fast, and they're speeding cars rolling. This ain't another way that I am, knowing that the love can stay in the out down by the water, singing our songs, my darling, the loving.
As I struggle to keep my together with a child of my own, I can't help but marvel at my parents' decision to jump feet first into something so foreign. It's comforting to know that there is no roadmap to this life. The joy is in the journey, and we're all just figuring it out as we go. We can try to do things differently, but it's true what they say. In the end, we all just end up like our parents anyway.
Knox, are you ready? First ski. First run, it's in the dark.
Give me a stick and I'll wheel you a spoon. Give me a rocket and I'll fly you to the moon. Give me a TV and I'll watch some cartoons. 'Cause all I really want is you. All I really want is you. And all I really want